4 books walked into Bookslayers. 2 are leaving with flowers and 2 are leaving in a body bag. Someone gave me everything I wanted. Some gave me emotional damage and some made me check how many pages were left. So today we're handing out our ultimate verdicts, slay or decay. And yes, feelings may be hurt, mostly mine. Welcome back to Bookslayers, where books are put on trial and my TBR has no legal representation today. Today we are doing Slay and Decay. We have both picked 2 books that we loved and 2 that didn't survive the reading experience. The Slays had me saying, yes, more of this. And the Decays had me saying, we need to talk. Because sometimes you get the characters, the tension, the twists, and the vibes. And sometimes you get, well, that happened. So today we are breaking down what slays worked and which ones we sent straight to the graveyard and whether we would recommend them. There's no diplomatic answers. No, it just wasn't for me. We're talking about exactly why these books worked and why they didn't. Let's get into it. Okay. I tried to pick books that you guys have not heard yet, but let's start with what Betty read. What was one of your slays?
Oh, slays first. Okay.
Oh, is that you want to start with decays? You want to start with the shit?
Yeah, I love a good rant.
All right, well, let's go to the shits first then. All right, we're going to start with decays.
So, I don't know which one. I'm going to go with my least decayed. My least dead. My least
decomposed.
Yeah. I have spoke about this on the pod. I've spoke about both of mine on the pod, to be honest. But when I was going through all of my sort of Goodreads, what I've listed, I don't have a lot that I like really hated. But I really didn't fucking like this one.
Okay.
So
what was it?
It was Unspeakable Things by Jess Lowry. Don't
what?
I did not like. I thought you was like, oh, it was so good.
I don't think I've read it, so I can't actually say anything.
So
I just got one of her books.
Oh, not this one.
No.
This one is around, it's based around a true story. The true story is not in the book, but it's based around something that happened at that time. And that's it, really. I don't know how else to say it.
They just saved you 8 hours.
Yeah, I think I didn't like this because my expectation is not what happened in the book. And then the book was a disappointment to me because I thought it was going to be about aliens or something.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay.
So it's basically around in a certain town, like these young boys are going missing, but they come back and they're changed and they're violent, they're moody, they're like really withdrawn. Something has changed them. So I was like, oh, what is that? Then it's not fucking aliens because that's what I wanted it to be. And yeah, it did not live up to what I thought it was going to be. It was actually like quite a bit sad what was really going on. Yeah, and then you followed like a couple of characters and then it starts happening to the girls as well, which then took away from it was only happening to boys. Yeah, no, it was just a really not enjoyable read that I would recommend to anyone. And I was a bit disappointed because I thought it was around this true story about aliens. But even if you look at the cover of the book, it kind of has this like spooky vibe about it. It looks more spooky than what the actual story's about. So I thought there was something a bit more paranormal or something a bit more, not more sinister, because it is quite horrible what happens in the book. But also because of that, that's not what I want to read either. Like what it was actually about. It was just a really not what I wanted. I almost DNF'd it. But you know when you're already too far in and then I needed to know when the aliens was coming and they didn't come. So yeah, definitely not a one for me. I haven't read anything else by that author. I don't know what she's like in general. I'll be interested if you've got one from her, how that pans out. But like I said, I don't know if it's just because of my expectation rather than what the actual book was about. It's really fucking horrible what happened, but it's not. Yeah, I wanted aliens, and if I knew what it was going to be about, I wouldn't read that type of book anyway. So it was like a double whammy. It was not what I wanted or what I expected, and it was something that I wouldn't read ever. Cannot be any more mean about this book.
What did you give it for stabs?
I think I gave it a 2 just because I did get through it.
Okay.
1 I normally say for a DNF unless it was absolutely terrible. I think I've only done that to one book as well. Like normally a 1 is a DNF, a 2 is I didn't like it, but I still read it because I still wanted to know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't the one for me. Don't like it. I'm intrigued to know what yours is because you like a lot of books. Like you can get on board with quite a lot of stuff. Like your genre of like different books and stuff. I think you can be quite tolerant.
Yeah, and I realised that when I was going through my Goodreads. But one book that really, I am going to give you my shittiest book first. Actually, you know what? They were both really bad. They were both really bad. I DNF both of them. So the first one was The Compound by Aisling Roll. Jason was like, it was so good. I really enjoyed it. I'm starting to question her choices in books now because, no. But to set the scene, please dim the lights, lower the music, okay? Because I'm going to tell you all about how shit this book is. So, 20 contestants, remote desert compound, reality TV, because this is how JC like pulled me in, all right? Luxury rewards. So every time they do shit, they get like stuff to use in the house. I think they get stuff when they get out too, because it's like dystopian. So like living outside of it's crap. But yeah, it's basically Big Brother meets the Hunger Games, meets the apocalypse. Where the fuck was any of that? I was ready. I had snackies. I was ready. I had it. I was set. I was sitting there, and we literally parted and have a divorce stating irreconcilable differences. I was so fucking bored. It was painfully boring.
See, expectations.
But I didn't have any going in. All JC said was it was like Love Island meets Lord of the Flies or something. That's all I knew. I'm like, okay, great. If JC liked it and she's not much for thrillers, it must be really good. No, she's a lawyer. I'm sorry, you're a lawyer. Okay? Now, this should have been catnip to me, okay? This should have been Bookslayer catnip. Psychological warfare. Betrayals, backstabbing. People losing their fucking bananas in there. No. They were boring as fuck. I couldn't have cared less. It had the reality TV. Okay, fine. Survival, fine. Dystopian. They said that. I didn't feel that way. Social experiment. Okay, fine. But still, it was boring. Apocalypse. Where? They were all trapped. They couldn't get out. And if they didn't all do the stuff they were supposed to do, they didn't get fed. So they were whining about being hungry. Fuck off. I wanted more Hunger Games. I wanted the Big Brother games to be like really bad. And I was really bored. I'm not being funny. I DNF'd it. I was doing the audio. I switched between formats. I have the book. It's my book of the month. I'm like, fuck that. I put it on the shelf, hidden, because it was that boring. And I went to the audiobook because the copy came up for I got marginally further. I think I got an extra 15% in and was like, look, someone else can listen to this shit because I'm done. And I didn't even give it a rating. I didn't even admit I read it on Goodreads. It was that bad.
I like that. Do you know, how long ago did you read this? Because on Goodreads now, they've got a DNF shelf, haven't they?
Yeah, no, I did it not long ago. Yeah, but I don't even want to admit that I did that. I don't want anybody to know that this. I know I just told everybody. Maybe I will put it on a DNF shelf now. But it was so boring. Look, I literally zoned out. I think I was mentally making a list of what I had to do housework wise.
Yes.
And I was
when
like,
a
I
book
wonder if
doesn't
Mike
get your
needs socks
attention.
pairing. I
Yeah.
wonder if he needs me to fold his underwear. Like, that sounded more exciting than this book.
That's so bad.
Maybe
That
I will
is so
sew
bad.
up whatever holes are in kids' clothing. Like, that sounded more enticing than this book. I'm at the point now where Jason's coming over tomorrow because we've got stuff we're doing on a live, and I have stuff for her. So I might throw my copy at her and say, "Here, you love it so much, have 2 fucking copies." I'm just joking. No, it was terrible. I don't know. I guess I didn't really have expectations because I didn't really know much. But no. I'm like, maybe it's just me.
I thought maybe if you knew like reality TV, game show type of thing, I would definitely have an expectation of what that book might be. And it just sounds like it wasn't anything it promised to be.
It was boring. I hate the characters were all boring. I was like, oh, you didn't get fed? So what? Fuck off. Like, I couldn't, no. And it was like, oh, you have to try and sleep with somebody. I really didn't care. It was such a snore.
Ew, you have to sleep with somebody.
I think the whole point was to earn extra points. You had to do like sneaky stuff, but I didn't care. It was so slow. And I'm like, please be over. I'm like, how much is left? I'm like, oh my God, there's like, I think I got like 46% through it.
Oh, see, like, that's bad when you do try and power through that much and then you're like, I actually can't.
Well, I started reading it. And I'm like, maybe the audio is better because it was like, hey, there's a 7-day, like, skip the line. I'm like, oh, see, there is a literary god out there and he's saying, here, try the audio. Yeah, no. Thanks, but no thanks. Didn't work.
Yeah, I wish I DNF'd my next one.
Oh, what is it?
Do you know what? We spoke about what our books was going to be and I've changed it because I remembered one that I hated a lot more than the Marcus Cluer one because that was going to be it. Not that I hated it, I just didn't like the ending. But you may remember back in February, we started an episode and I ranted for a good 10 minutes about this shit book. So, it's 5 Liars by D.L. Fisher. You remember, don't you?
I do, because I don't think it was just you talking for ages and I'm just like, yeah, wow. You really...
It really made me cross. The whole book made me cross. The premise sounds great. The guest list, they're going on holiday to, I don't know, like a Bahamas type place. They've got a villa. There's 5 of them. It's like a bachelor mixed party. In the write-up, it says we've got the fraud, we've got the imposter, we've got the cheater, we've got the fake, we've got the murderer. I'm pretty sure not all of them was covered in the book, if I remember rightly. I only kept reading because I was slightly invested in like a dual timeline story. I wasn't invested in the main story.
Okay.
Things happened that didn't make sense. Like someone was locked in a room and then someone climbed up a ladder and then someone popped out from somewhere else and it's like, but they was in the room so you wouldn't have been able to get in that room. Like a lot of it just didn't make sense for me and it just made me angry because I was like, why has no one else noticed that this doesn't make sense? The backstory bit was more interesting than the forestory. It certainly did have kind of the vibes that I thought it was going to have. I just think there was a lot of mistakes and errors that couldn't be explained away. And again, like just characters that you don't really like. Just describing the villa was like, everything's white. The end. What? There's nothing else interesting about this villa. Then they get like, I don't know, there's a tornado or a storm or something and they're stuck inside. But 2 of them are outside climbing up a fucking ladder. And like, it didn't make sense. It didn't do it for me. It made me angry. I can feel the anger coming back.
I can tell.
I think this is a book that has made me the angriest that I've ever been at a book.
Is it on KU? I kind of want to read it.
Read it. It is on KU. Read it and see what you think. I'm pretty sure
I might.
The backstory bit was interesting from memory. But yeah, no, there was too many things that didn't make sense. And like when there was the ending and like someone was dead on the floor, someone else was upstairs, but then all of a sudden when they're talking, they're like next to the dead body. And it's like, you was upstairs. How are you there? Like there was just too many bits. Like I just think it wasn't edited well enough. Like someone hadn't picked up on these might be smart to someone else, but they're things that just stuck out in my head. And I was like, not a new reader, but we'd only just started like our podcast journey and I was getting more into reading. And I was like, if I can fucking see this, why is nobody else saying this? It really angered me and it really upset me.
Like, hang on, wait, you're upset?
Yes. I wasted time on this book.
You're like, I can tell. You're like, oh.
I can feel the anger coming back inside me. I'm going to stop.
Okay.
What do you give it? I'm going to leave it there. I think, again, I two-starred it because I did care enough to finish it. It just annoyed me, the execution and that the villa was just white. Walls are white, everything's just white. Yay! Next.
Okay. This is one you really fucking enjoyed and I hated. But it was The Patient's Secret. Yeah, The Patient's Secret by Lorith Ann White.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to set the crime scene, okay? Welcome to Story Cove. Beautiful community, perfect families, perfect houses. Everything's lovely. And someone is obviously going to get murdered. Because, it's a thriller. So Lily is a psychotherapist. She's married. She's got kids, nice house, whatever. Fuck you. And then we have Alwyn Harper. She rolls into town in her little painted VW van. She's free spirit, mysterious. What the fuck ever. See, I'm already bored. Okay, I'm bored. So anyway, okay, this is where I really struggled with this book. Because I liked how it was set up. I liked it. There was a therapist, the mysterious newcomer, the detective, the perfect little town dead woman. Great. Secrets. Fantastic. I should have been all over this book. You were. I should have been all over this. I should have been emotionally invested. I was not. I wanted to feel like, oh shit, these three are going to collide and it's going to be great. Instead, it was just like nothing happened. That's how it felt. Nobody says anything. Nobody does anything. It didn't feel like a thriller. I guess it didn't feel like a thriller to me. Like, okay, there was the perfect neighbors hide in the dark secrets. Fine. Therapist with secrets. Fine. The mysterious new woman, dead woman. Fine. Detective. Fine. Nobody tells the truth. Okay, great. I don't know. Everyone was in everyone's business, but it felt like nobody knew what the fuck was going on. I don't know. I would have filed this under somebody needs to rewrite this from scratch. I would have given it to somebody else, anybody else. But it's Serenity. I would have given it to Serenity and said, here, fix this. And she would have done a better job.
How old is Serenity?
She'll be 11 in January.
Okay.
She doesn't read thrillers, so it still would have been a better one. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I felt like nothing was going on. I literally was in bed reading it and my husband was like, why do you look like that? I'm like, this book is fucking awful. He was like, why are you reading it? I'm like, it's for pod. He was like, don't you guys advocate for DNF in books? And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? I really don't care. I'm not invested. Could get fucking less. So I did. I DNF'd it at 82%.
How can you get that far? Must have only had like an hour left.
I didn't care. It was painful. I would rather have had aliens anally probe me. That's where I was at. That would have been more fun. I was over it. I can't. It was horrible book. And then they had, so someone else was like, hey, have you seen this author before? They've got this book. And I'm like, no, thanks.
I 4-starred it.
I know you did. You were like, that was so good. I'm like,
I really enjoyed it.
I had a twitch. I'm like, she for what? What? She did what?
Like, what the fuck has she made me read? Bitch.
It was
funny,
fucking awful. I don't know what I gave it because I didn't even want to see its stupid name on Goodreads. I just pulled whatever I could remember out of my fucking ass, and I'm not even entirely sure that I've explained it right. So if anyone wants to contradict me, put it in the comments and I'll go, yeah, okay, you're probably right. Okay. But let's hear your very first slay. What book really did work for you?
Okay, I have spoke about this on pod recently, so go back and listen to a few episodes ago. I spoke about The Maid by Nita Prose.
Yeah.
What's
Prose? Yep.
Prose, yeah. Molly the Maid. Bloody loved it. Loved the character, loved the mystery, just loved the whole story. I think it was more her as a character that really captured me. And that's why I enjoyed it so much. So the book lands on Molly, who is, what do you call it? Like a maid at a hotel. I was trying to be
She's
like
Molly the maid. What does she do?
Like
for a living?
housemaid, room attendant. We don't call it maids in the UK, but she's a maid in a hotel. She cleans rooms. She's very thorough. She's very into cleaning. She's very socially awkward. She doesn't really have social skills. But one day she walks into a hotel room and she finds one of the guests dead. He's quite a famous guest. And then the mystery sort of unravels. She obviously gets very caught up in it because she is the person that discovered the body. And she's a bit strange. So then we investigate with Molly. And I just fucking loved it. It's just a great book. I would recommend it to anyone. I'm pretty sure from memory I 5-starred it. Did I? Or did I 4 it? Just one of them books. I'm like, I did 5-star it. I was just like, oh, I just love reading this book. I was just excited to get back to it all the time. I was fully invested in the story. Everything made sense. Everything worked.
Yep.
And it gave me, because I read Strange Sally Diamond at the beginning of the year, who's another like socially awkward character, gave me that kind of vibes, which I liked. Yeah, it was just great. I loved it. Perfect. Chef's Kiss. Great book.
Why do we do Chef's Kiss? Like,
I don't fucking know.
Because I did it the other day and I'm like, where did that come from?
Like, what not? My daughter.
Yeah, what? Oh, God. Don't.
Like, and then the more that I've spoke about it, the more I notice you do it a lot. You say, what not? And I'm like, what not what? What is what not?
I don't know. I don't even know where I got it from. Because I don't think I say it in my day-to-day life.
You just
I swear I don't. But how would I know?
Recently you have. I don't know.
Yeah, on pod, but I don't think I use it like talking to people and whatnot.
Or real people in real life.
You know what I mean? Oh my God, it's annoying. You know what I mean, though, right?
I am not people.
You know, no, I mean, I don't talk to my family like that. I don't know.
I am your family too.
No. I mean, like my kids. I don't say, hey, go clean your room and whatnot.
Go and get your shovel and dig yourself out of this.
I'm going to stop because the hole is pretty fucking big and I'm going to fall in. Okay. So my first slay is a book I haven't talked about yet. It's The Final Target by Nora Roberts.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good. It's very, very good. Very good. But she pumps out like 60 books a year. I swear to fucking God, I don't know when she sleeps. But let me start with my little crime scene. So we got Arden Bowie. She is a debut author. She meets this guy, Dustin, at a book event. He's enthusiastic, complimentary. He wants an autograph. He keeps showing up. And she's like, I got a little fanny fan. No. Sir has entered the chat with a full-blown obsession, okay? He hasn't just developed a crush. He has literally convinced himself that she belongs with him and that he's going to be like basically a trad wife. Like she's going to make him sandwiches and his whole life's going to be fantastic and she's just going to be there to serve him, okay? She didn't agree to be cast in this movie, okay? She didn't. And it literally escalates, okay? He turns up at her place. He like gets in, he basically assaults her. Her neighbors save her. Okay. And he's in jail, but his mum's got money. Okay. So you can kind of see where this is going, right? So she escapes her stalker. She moves. She gets a boyfriend as a detective. And then the stalker gets out because he's in like a mental institute, which means that he gets out quicker. brilliant. Okay. What I really loved was that Dustin doesn't think he's a villain. He literally thinks he's protecting the woman he loves and he doesn't understand what happened. And he's willing to forgive her mistakes for him trying to kill and rape her in her apartment. Okay. He is 14 shades of nuts. All right. Nuts. And I was like, I see why you have a million locks on your door, sweetheart. I probably would have moved to the moon to get away from this fucking crazed lunatic. He literally wants to keep her in a hostage situation. And the whole time I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Because we get to the point where she knows he's getting out and she's scared. And then we see his build up and him escalating and what he's going to do when he gets her back. Yeah, my heart's fucking racing. I'm like, I already know what happens, but I'm over like, I'm reinvested.
I am so invested. And this is also giving me, this is giving me Joe Goldberg vibes from you.
Oh, he makes Joe look normal.
Yeah, it sounds more.
He's.
You need to send me the name of this book after. I need to add it to my list.
You should. It's very fucking good. So we've got like tropes. We've got the obsessed stalker, the woman trying to rebuild her life, small town fresh start, protective ex-cop, man who desperately needs therapy but instead chooses to create felonies. And yeah, like just even watching his journey of how he has convinced himself that he's doing the right thing and that everything was a mistake. And if she just apologizes, it'll be all okay. Like I'm getting chills right now. I'm like, fuck me. And I know what happens. But I literally, by the time I was done, I felt like I needed therapy. I'm like, I feel traumatized by this crazed fucking lunatic. And you know what? Jace did recommend this one to me. She got an art copy of it. She was like, grab it on NetGalley. So I did. And I'm glad I did because I blew through it in one sitting. One sitting. I was done.
Wow.
And I was like, blink twice if you're okay, Stacey. And I couldn't move my eyelids. So fucking good.
Sounds great. Definitely a TBRing that one.
You should. But what's your last book?
Okay. I've never got to speak about this one on pod because I went through a phase of talking about John Mars like almost every episode. I'm like, I need to stop and give other authors a go. However, the return of
I'm going to send John his invoice for us talking about him again.
I know. So it's Dead in the Water. What do you even say about this book? So good. I loved that you do need to read another book first. We don't have to, but I'd advise that you do read The Good Samaritan first. So it's about a guy called Damon. He survives a drowning. His life sort of flashes before his eyes. And he realizes that there's a memory that he can't quite get to. And it's something to do when he's younger. And basically he goes down this kind of route of almost killing himself constantly by drowning to try and remember something that happened. It's very disturbing. It's obsessive. He's just really desperate for answers to what happens that he's willing to nearly kill himself all the time. The reintroduction of a certain character is fantastic. She's a great character in the other book. I loved it. I was totally hooked. I couldn't put it down. John Mars is the king in my eyes.
He is our Lord and Savior of thriller writing. He's one of my favourites too. One of my favourites.
I think it's just because it is so disturbing and it's so fucked up and the stories are very... no one else writes the stuff that he writes.
I feel they're quite... even his Dark Future series, I felt like could really be real. And that disturbed me. We are heading that way. And that was terrifying. But this book, I enjoyed it immensely.
5 stars all round. Of course. Yeah. It's the Mars.
It's the Mars. That's why we should do a whole episode just called The Mars.
The Mars. The Mars of the world. So good.
It was so good. He writes I will read anything he writes. He could write the dictionary and I will read it.
Oh, I'm going to say something.
Don't say something. This is not a podcast.
I know. I have tried to start The Vacation twice, audioing it, and I can't fucking get into it. Have you read it?
No.
Right.
I
will
haven't
try
read all his
again.
books.
No, I haven't done all of his books, but most of it, well, all of them I've read, I've loved. But this book, I've tried to audio it twice and my mind goes and I can't. I might try and read it instead.
Is it on KU?
But yeah. Don't know. I think I libbied that.
Okay.
Might have to try and read it. But yeah, I can't get into that one for some reason. But Good Samaritan, Dead in the Water, 100% read them. Best John Mars books ever.
Just so you know, you don't have to. You can read it as a standalone and it does work as a standalone. But for you to appreciate a certain character in the book, it does help to have read the first one first.
Yes, absolutely.
We're just saying. We recommend you do that.
Everyone recommends that you do that.
Yeah. It is a standalone though. He didn't write it as part of the series.
Oh yeah, it's not, but it just gives it that extra flavour.
Yeah. Easter eggs are great.
Yes, he's good for an Easter egg. Right.
Yes.
What was your last one? I'm excited to see what this was.
It Could Have Been Her by Lisa Jewell.
I haven't done this one.
I know you haven't, but I have.
Is this her newest one? Oh, okay. I'm invested. I'm in. Love a Lisa Jewell.
It was good. It was very, very good. So I'm going to set my crime scene, okay? So the whole nightmare literally starts with a dog. Yeah, you heard me right. A dog. So Jane is out walking her dogs when this little white terrier dog appears all by itself. There's no teenager, nobody with it. Just this dog. And we know it's a thriller. So you're like, this is not going to be good. Okay. And obviously, because she's a good person, she gets involved in this. Because minding your own fucking business is apparently not something we do in thriller books. So there is a teenager that is missing. So Jane takes the dog back to who the registered owner is, which you think would be easy, right? Done. Have a cup of tea. No, that's not what happens at all. So she arrives at a house called Thornwood. First of all, if a house is named Thornwood, I'm not going in there. Okay? That sounds sinister. I'd be like, fuck it, dog. Here's the yard. I'm off. I'm not visiting. I'm not delivering no fucking packages. I'm not door dashing. Okay? I'm not making eye contact with it. But she doesn't realize this because she's a good person and obviously doesn't read thriller books. And she does. She knows the history, but she still goes. So Jane thinks she's just returning this dog. And the universe is like, would you like a side of psychological damage to go with that? So what really got me was this little white dog literally walks into the scene and it knows things. And Jane's past now is coming back to bite her in the ass. So you've got the missing teenager, the creepy house, the woman in the window, secrets, history, and all of it starts really interconnecting really well. And I really enjoyed that because right from the get-go, something is seriously fucking wrong. And you suspect everybody, you trust no one. You start looking to see if there is anybody innocent in this fucking book. I'm not being funny, but no. So you got the creepy house, dark past, all that good stuff, loaded with family secrets. I literally spent, every time I turned a page, I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen next? And something happened next every fucking time. Ooh, it was great. Yeah, everybody knows something's up. Nobody is fucking talking about it, obviously, because why would you? And yeah. So come on, the emotional devastation and the mystery and the trauma that she chose rather than just putting the dog in the yard, I respected it. I don't agree with it, but I respected her decision. But yeah, I really fucking enjoyed it. I was like, I probably should put this down now and do stuff. I didn't do stuff. I kept reading it. I kept reading it and I kept reading it. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I'm nearly finished. May as well finish it now. You know what I mean? You know that happens. You're like, fuck, I really should. Well, come on. I've got 17%. I can finish this. And that's basically what I did. And I 5-stabbied it. I did a 5-stabbied it. I thought it was one of her better ones for sure. And I like her as an author, but this one really, it was good.
Me too. Really I don't think I was overwhelmed with her last one, even though I did like that it mentioned Folkestone. And it was
Yeah.
set in Brixton a lot. That one was Don't Let Him In. You really liked that one, didn't you?
I did. I did
think.
like that one a lot.
I was okay with it. It was like, okay. But it wasn't one of my faves. So I'm quite excited for this one. It was
good. I really enjoyed it. And the novel was paced really well as well. I felt like she was like dun 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 dun, and then it come down a bit and you're like dun 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 dun. Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I may have just been in the mood for it too, but I 5-stabbed it all day, every day. 5 stabbies.
Love that.
Yeah.
That sounded so sarcastic. Yeah.
No, because now I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, you know, when you stare at the wall, sometimes just going, yeah, that was a good book. That's how I feel right now.
That's a great recommendation. Thank you muchly.
There you have it. That's where we're going to end it today. That was our Slay and Decay episode. So we both had 4 books enter the chat and only 2 survived. And the 2 that didn't for me were well worth setting fire to. That's kind of how I feel about it. Just remember, Slayers, that DNF is a lifestyle and don't ever think that it's wrong to do that. Just because a book landed in our decay pile, though, doesn't mean that you won't absolutely love it, because we proved that today where Betty loved one of my books. And I'm probably going to read the 2 that she put in the decay pile, because sometimes she's wrong and I'm okay with that and I want to prove it. So let's do it. But if one of our slays ended up on your TBR, our work here is done. And if one of my decays is already sitting on your nightstand, I'm sorry, but I have warned you. Until next time, keep reading the weird stuff. Keep judging fictional people like they are real. And remember that not every book deserves a slay. Some books just need to decay. We hope that you have the reading week you deserve, and we will catch you next week. Take care.
See you soon.